Hi YouTubers, welcome to Amazing Gadgets. Today I will be reviewing the RainbowImaging 100 meter 2.4 GHz wireless remote shutter release. The one I currently have here is for the Canon EOS 5D, 7D, 1D, the Canon cameras with the 3-pin connectors. Now the company also makes the different type connectors for different brand cameras like Sony, Panasonic, Pentax, etc. Now, you first may be wondering why this wireless shutter release is different from the infrared one Canon also makes. First of all, the infrared remote only works up to 16 feet and it requires a direct line of sight with the camera infrared sensor. Now, with the RainbowImaging one, no line of sight is needed and it works up to 100 meters, which is a lot farther away. And the other difference between these two is the infrared remote can be interrupted by other infrared remotes. Now with the RainbowImaging one, they do have a 16-channel system inside. As you can see, there is these little switches inside. You could switch both the transmitter and receiver to the same channel and it will prevent any interferences with other people using wireless remotes. The kit also comes with batteries. You don't need your own. The receiver uses 2 AAA batteries and so does the transmitter. One good thing about the 16 channel is if you have multiple receivers, you can actually control more than one camera with one remote. And on the receiver there is also a tripod mount and hot shoe. It fits in the hot shoe of your camera. Right here I have a Canon EOS 7D and you can slide it right onto the hot shoe. The system itself can also be used as a wired remote shutter release. As you can see, there is a shutter button right on the receiver here. It is also a 2-step like other remote shutter releases. Half press is for focus and full press is for photo take. The other thing I want to show you with the transmitter is the ribbon hole. Now I think there's a slight flaw to the remote because they did put the ribbon hole on the wrong end. I wish that they had put the ribbon hole over here or over here so you could wear it on your hand while you press it. Instead they put it in the front, which I think is a bit of a hassle because now I have to, after I put it on the wrist strap, I have to use it backwards. And this wrist strap doesn't come with a kit, by the way. I had an extra one from my Wii remote which I put on here. Anyways, another flaw to this system is probably the power switch. They did make it so you have to hold it for 2 seconds to turn it on and off, but it turns on very easily inside of my backpack and when it's in storage. So you know what I usually do? Well, I don't have it in here right now, but I usually just stick a small piece of paper tab between the batteries when I'm not using it so it doesn't accidentally turn on. So now let's talk about the features to this. The remote, the transmitter itself has 4 modes: a single shooting mode, a shutter, multiple shooting mode, a bulb mode, and delay mode, delayed shooting. Now this is slightly confusing to you because this doesn't actually change the mode that your camera is shooting in. So if you're in single shooting mode, and you press the button and you hold it, it will only be transmitting the signal once. So the receiver will only press the shutter button once. When you have it in multiple shooting mode, and your camera is still set on single shooting, what happens is the camera will take one shot every like half to 1 second. That's what it will do. If you have your camera also set on multiple shooting mode, then you could just do high-speed takes like this, because it will be continually transmitting the signal to the receiver. In bulb mode, one press starts the transmission, and as you can see, the indicator LED is when it's transmitting a signal. So in bulb mode, you don't have to hold it down for bulb mode. You just have to press it once to start the bulb and press it again to stop. And with delayed shooting, all it does is, well, it will delay the shooting by a few seconds. Remember, the delaying is not actually done inside the receiver here. It's done on the remote. The remote just sends a delayed signal to the receiver. Now, if you do want to do bulb, I do have one concern about this. You can see once you turn it on, there is an indicator LED flashing. This may cause some noise into your, or like unwanted light into your bulb exposure. So you did see my past video review on my Z-Coast remote, which has a locking mechanism to the switch. I would recommend you use one of these Z-Coast remotes for bulb exposures instead of the wireless one due to the indicator LED. This remote you could just dangle from your camera, it doesn't matter. As I said, there's a flashing LED on this that might cause noise and unwanted light into your photos. That's just a warning. Let me show you how you plug it in. So on the side here, as with all remotes, especially with these 3-pinned ones, be careful how you plug this in because you don't want to bend a pin inside your camera. That would really suck. So anyways, go turn it on. Turn your camera on, and let me show you. Also, this remote also features a two-step button, half press for focus and full press for photo take. Watch this. As you can see, it's completely wireless right now, and you'll see a green LED on there. That means it's focused. And you press and it takes a photo. Now let me show you multiple take, fast shutter with the camera set on only one shutter, one photo. As you can see, it's like a half-second type. Now if you set your camera also on high-speed continuous or low-speed continuous, that's what I'm doing. Okay, now let me show you bulb exposures. So you just press the button once to start the exposure. And it will continue transmitting, and you see the red LED here, it's also lit. And to stop transmitting, you just press again. And now let me show you delayed shutter. So you see a flashing, and it sends a signal, and it sends a delayed signal. Now I would like to show you using the receiver as a wired shutter release without the wireless part. So here's the good thing about these. Just in case your battery dies, you don't have to worry about it. You could use this as a wired shutter release. As I said before, there is a shutter button on here. And just to prove my point, I'm going to be taking out the batteries for the receiver right now. So there we go. There are no batteries inside right now. I took it out, and I'm going to show you that it works as a wired shutter release. So as always, like a regular shutter release, you plug it in. Now with these 3-pin connectors, be careful and look at the direction you're plugging it in. You don't want to bend a connector inside the camera because that would suck, and Canon will most likely not replace it for you if it's due to your, well, error. Wait, so it's plugged in. And so let me show you that it works. Right now I have the receiver in my hand, using it as a wired shutter release. Press it halfway for focus. Press all the way for a shutter release. So the whole unit cost around $18 to $19. I think it was around $19 when I checked today. So yes, I hope you have enjoyed this review. As always, the video description will include the link to the product. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.